Hello, this is Mike Fay with Calvin Castine, and we're at the home of the Patriots, AuSable Valley Central, for Lady CVAC basketball. Boy, I tell you. And they're introducing these lineups for the Cougars. Number 11, Jill Gadway. Number 21, Tara Marlowe. Number 23, Sarah Bushy. Number 44, Nicole LaFountain. And number 32, Sarah Bayshard. And for the Patriots, number 22, Sarah Green. And Julie Douglas, number 20.
At forward, she's a junior, number 15, Christy Coolidge.
And number 15, Christy Coolidge.
At guard, she's a junior, number 10, Christy Thomas.
Number 10, Christy Thomas.
At center, she's a senior, co-captain, number 21, Susan Davey.
And number 21, Susan Davey. And after the national anthem, we'll give the rest of the lineups, coaches, and referees. And the other Cougars, number 15, Jeanette Fay, number 22, Cara Bono, 24, Karen Wirestall, 42, Trish Sample, and 52, Sybil Abel. Cougars are coached by Andy Landry, assisted by Norm Bono. Manager is Jen Garceau, and the scorekeeper for Northeastern is Shayna Blaine. For the Patriots, number 3, Heather Moresco, number 5, Angel Ackley, 14, Danielle Agnew, number 33, Jennifer Thwaites, 42, Allison Valesco, and 44, Jennifer Trombley. Patriots are coached by John Zaran. The referees for today's contest, Mike Lopez and Steve Parker. Cougars with possession to start the game off. Gadway to Bayshard and to Bushy. She turns and shoots off the front of the rim, rebounded by Marlowe, up and in. Tara Marlowe scores the first points of the game.
Once again, as we had with the boys from these two schools met, we have what is the Division I challenger, Northeastern Clinton, and the Division II leader, AuSable Valley, going head to head.
AuSable having a little bit of a hard time getting the ball up court. And it's through the fingers of Susan Davey. Lead pass out of bounds, and the Patriots will get it back. Just a few stats for the Patriots. Susan Davey leading with a point average, 12.4 points a game. Leads the Patriots. Christy Thomas with 11.7 points a game, and Heather Moresco with 8.2 points a game.
Moresco, of course, out of the lineup with an ankle injury.
Injured against Saranac, I believe.
And she's their point guard, so that's a big loss.
Big loss for the Patriots. Moresco also leads as number 15, Christy Coolidge, scores for the Patriots. Moresco also leads with assists, 42 assists. The Patriots have a total of 118 assists, and Moresco has 42 of those. And Susan Davey also leads with 16.6 rebounds per game. Stolen by Marlowe. She lays it up and in, and Tara Marlowe now with 4 points. And Northeastern with a 4-2 lead early in this first quarter. Thomas for Green. Pass intended for Davey, intercepted, long pass down. Bushy finally gets it, up and in, basket is good. Sarah Bushy with her first 2 points of the game, and she's fouled.
Both these clubs were in the Plattsburgh Orange tournament over the Christmas holiday, but they didn't face each other because one lost in the opening round and the other won. AuSable went to the finals against Franklin Academy. The Cougars ended up playing Plattsburgh High School in the consolation game.
I don't know who that foul was on. They've got a scoreboard that indicates players and fouls, but they're not using it tonight.
Or this afternoon.
Douglas almost has it stolen, gets it back, and Green gives it up to Thomas. Thomas tries to get inside Davies. Thomas gets it back, slapped out of her hand, and Bayshard, Sarah Bayshard with her first personal foul.
This is a noon game, varsity playing first. I guess some of the varsity girls have somewhere else to be, so they're playing first. Then it'll be the JV, then the modified. So people like yourself will leave after the first one, and people like me will be here for the duration.
Yes, unfortunately, I have to leave. Long inbounds for Bushy. Intercepted by Coolidge. And Thomas. Out of bounds, and the Patriots will keep it. 7-2 is our score. Northeastern by 5. Lady Cougar's been playing well of late with an 8-1 record, just same record, identical record to the boys.
And like the boys, they have a makeup game against Tupper Lake, and that's the difference between tied for first and being half a game out of first.
Rebounded, stripped away by Davey. Off the rim, that last shot by Christy Thomas, and foul, I think, Susan Davey. 21, Susan Davey with her first personal foul. That's the second team foul for the Patriots. Bayshard, a long pass down for Bushy. Bushy, bounce pass to LaFountain, up and in. Just that easy. 4 players touch the ball, and it turns into 2 points. Blocked, stolen. Patriots trying to get it back. It's knocked out of bounds, and Northeastern will get the ball. 4:50 remaining in this first quarter. 9-2 is our score. Cougars, Lady Cougars by 7. Marlowe to Bayshard. Back to Marlowe, now Gadway. Gadway for 3. Off the front of the rim, out of bounds, and the Cougars will keep it.
Ooh, looked like that was off LaFountain from here.
Certainly did, and I think John Zaran shaking his head. Bushy for 2. Sarah Bushy now with 5 points, and Sarah gives the Cougars a 9-point lead. Inbound stolen by Marlowe to Bayshard, up. Bushy with the rebound, up and in. Sarah Bushy now with 7 points, and it's an 11-point Northeastern lead. Green back to Thomas, and foul. Number 11, Jill Gadway with her first personal foul, and that's a second team foul for Lady Cougars. Thomas to inbound to Douglas. That was the report on AuSable. They were doing very well against Saranac until Moresco injured her ankle. And it's obvious so far that the Patriots having a tough time passing the ball. Traveling called on Susan Davy, and the Cougars will get it back. Marlowe to Bayshard. Bounce pass intended for Gadway, read perfectly by Coolidge, who intercepts, drives, and is fouled by Tara Marlowe. Nice anticipation by Christy Coolidge.
And she read that pass. AuSable looks to be the third team in the mix, especially if Moresco is back and healthy at the end of the season. You figure the finalists in the Section 7 Class C competition. Of course, Saranac and Northeastern are the other two. So one of those two schools, either Saranac or Northeastern, will be facing AuSable in a tough semifinal.
And as last night's game, the boys' game went, Mr. Finney, his closing statement to the Cougars coach, Orville Netto, was, "I'll see you in the sectionals." And referring to the Cougars having a 14-point lead and having to drain a buzzer bomb, long two-pointer. Nice pass to Marlowe. Tara Marlowe now with 6 points. The Cougars, as I said, having to drain a buzzer bomb to come away with that victory. Marlowe, and it's stolen by Douglas. Davy to Green, and Green will bring the ball up for the Lady Patriots. Green gave up her dribble too soon, and she's called for the travel. The ball was stripped by Bayshard, and when Green went after it, she couldn't control it on the ground and was called for traveling. Sarah Bayshard out, replaced by Jeanette Fay. Gadway gets it back after it's partially blocked, gets it to Bushy. Bushy, traveling called. And we all remember that referee, Mr. Lopez. He reffed the last year sectional game between Northeastern and AuSable. Bayshard with the block and the foul. Bushy, I'm sorry. Thomas inbounds for the Patriots. Gets it back from Davy. Bushy went for the ball and comes away with a foul. That's her second. And the team's fifth. Carabono comes in to replace Sarah Bushy. Inbound to Davy. She gets it to Green. I don't know what that pass, who that pass was to, but
they work on that play a lot. It's a swat play. Swat it back to you.
Pass to Davy, and she scores. Susan Davy with her first 2 points of the game. Gadway almost lost control of it, and did. Stepped out of bounds, and the Patriots will get it back. 2:07 remaining in this opening quarter. 15-4 Northeastern by 11. Thomas with a long pass up for Green. Green sees a hole, drives, and shoots. Called for the travel before the shot. And the Lady Cougars will bring it back. Inbound for Gadway, a little too far out of bounds.
Should have at least touched it so the Patriots wouldn't get it out underneath their basket.
Out of bounds. Nice play by Jeanette Fay. Slapped the ball, and Sarah Green couldn't control it. AuSable has Jennifer Trombley in Fay called for the travel. And Thomas gets it to Tremblay. Long shot off the glass, blocked by Bono on the second attempt, out of bounds, and the Patriots will keep it. 1:37 remaining in this first quarter. 15-4 is our score. It hasn't changed in a minute and a half. Douglas, slapped away by Fay. Who wants it? They're on the ground. Douglas touched the ball while she was out of bounds, and Northeastern will get it back. Inbound to Gadway. To Marlowe. Marlowe over for Fay. Fay with the shot. Off the front of the rim. Gadway with a lot of hustle. Knocked the ball out of bounds off Christy Coolidge, and Northeastern will keep it.
It's a basket in the corner over there. If it goes in there, does that count, Mike?
I think so. That's probably a 5-pointer.
Ooh.
Gadway tried to get it to Marlowe, or rather to Bono. Stolen by Davy, and now Tremblay brings it down. Knocked out of bounds by Marlowe. Trish Sample in to replace Tara Marlowe. And Thomas inbounds. Stolen, almost stolen by Fay, but she couldn't control it before she went out of bounds. And the Patriots will do it again. Inbound to Coolidge. Coolidge drives baseline, carries the ball. And Northeastern will get it back. Gadway gets it to Sample and gets it right back again. She's tripped by Davy. Susan Davy with her second personal foul.
Landed on her wrist, I think.
I think so. She should be all right. Fay. Back to Gadway. Gadway. The fountain back to Gadway. Stolen by Davy. Fay gets it back. To Sample. Back to Fay. Back to Gadway. Gives it up to the fountain. Out of bounds. Northeastern will keep it. Steve Parker didn't see it. Asked for some help from Mike Lopez. Bono back to Gadway. Jump ball called, and the Patriots will get it. The score hasn't changed again in over 2 minutes. 15-4, Lady Cougars by 11. Gadway's going to leave. I think she's still favoring that wrist. But she'll have to wait. Inbound to Douglas. Now back to Thomas. Thomas. Coolidge tries to get it underneath. Fay intercepts. Pass down for Gadway. Nice bounce pass to Bono. Too soft on the layup, and Davy is fouled. That's her third personal foul. Now Gadway gets a chance to leave, and Tara Marlowe comes back in for the final 16 seconds of this opening quarter. Fay will inbound. Right underneath for Bono, up and in. Nice pass. And Tara Bono with her first 2 points of the game. It's 17-4, down to 7 seconds. Thomas, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's the way the first quarter comes to an end, with Northeastern opens up a big lead, 17-4. And the second quarter starts. Cougars in possession. Bono.
And it starts with Susan Davy on the bench with 3 fouls, and AuSable already trailing in this game, which certainly what they didn't need.
That's correct. Davy, the only real starter, I think, on the AuSable squad today. Marlowe with that long three-pointer, bounced around, rolled in for. And we've got Jennifer Thwaite into the game for AuSable. Thwaite. And it went right through her hands. Faye to Marlowe, back to Faye. Sample with the shot off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Trombley. Outlet to Thomas. Thomas misses everything, but the rebound is there. Marlowe now gets the rebound. And it's saved. Bono catches the save. Long pass down for LaFountain. She controls and shoots. And foul is called on number 44, Jennifer Trombley. That's her first personal foul, and that'll be the 5th team foul for the Lady Patriots. LaFountain now with 3 points, and it's a 21-4 lead for Northeastern. 22-4, and LaFountain with her 4th point. Northeastern still with the full court press, and it's out of bounds, and the Patriots will keep it. Inbound to Douglas. Douglas gets it back to Thomas, and Thomas called for the travel. Northeastern will get it back. Marlowe gets it to LaFountain. LaFountain shoots off the glass and the rim, gets her own rebound, gets it back to Sample. Faye back to Sample. Fakes, gets it to LaFountain. LaFountain shoots too hard off the glass. And Thomas gets the rebound, and Sample gets the foul. Trish Sample with her first.
The Patriots really pack in on that 2-3 defense, and if you're not hitting from the outside, or in the Cougars' case here today, they get a lot of points on steals and fast breaks, but they haven't managed a lot to setting up their offense against that defense.
Double dribble called.
The only way you're going to break it is to hit outside, and Cougars haven't had much luck trying to go underneath on it.
Faye with a beautiful pass to Bono. She saw her cutting in from the right side, and it's knocked out of bounds by Faye. Cougar still with the full court press. Trombley gets the bounce pass. Nice pass to Thomas. Thomas sees Thwaite underneath. She won't fall for her. Sample knocks it out of her hands, and the Cougars will keep the ball after it's out of bounds. Northeastern with a 20-point lead, 24-4. Inbound to Faye. Faye to Sample. Sample drives and is called for the travel. Number 42, Allison Malesko into the game for the Patriots to replace Jennifer Trombley.
And of course, Allison Malesko is not to be confused with Heather Maresco.
Malesko gets the ball, tries to get it back to Thomas, intercepted by Sample. Sample gets it to Faye. To Marlowe. LaFountain. Back to Faye. Faye stops and shoots, and it's 2 points for Jeanette Faye. Inbound to Coolidge.
Plus the Cougars need to work on their press. I don't see much point in pressing right now with 26-4 lead.
No, I'd have to agree. LaFountain called for her first personal foul. That's the 7th team foul. And that'll put the Patriots on the line. Faye and LaFountain out, replaced by Bushy and Bayshard. I'd like to have a nickel for every time I said Bushy or Bayshard when the other one should have been named. Coolidge. Rebounded by Bushy. Coolidge gets it after she saved it and puts it right back up again. Christy Coolidge with 4 points. She has 4 of the Patriots' 6 points.
But the good news is Sarah Bushy got an 8.5 on that dive.
Bono too far underneath, hit the underneath of the rim, and the Patriots will get it back. Thomas inbounds to Coolidge. Coolidge waited too long. She had that whole left side of the court, and she waited till Bayshard caught up to her. And not a good pass underneath, off the fingertips of Julie Douglas, and the Cougars will get it back. Long pass down for Bushy. Bushy to Bono, and Bono is fouled by number 33, Jennifer Thwaite. Out of bounds, and the Patriots will get it back.
I think I've mentioned it before, but if you ever read the book Rum Across the Border by Dr. Allen Everest, or Everest Allen, never remember which order his name goes, but written about rum running in the North Country. The name Thwaites is very prominent in there as one of the law enforcement officers from around this area, so we'd have to think that the Thwaites family that's been playing basketball here forever at AuSable is a descendant of that Mr. Thwaites. I think his name was Henry. In fact, I believe he's the one who arrested, if you saw the show we did with Frank Manette. I think he's the one who picked up Frank Manette in Port Henry.
Frank Manette, a longtime smuggler?
No. Bootlegger.
Oh, bootlegger.
There's a difference. And not a long time, just during Prohibition.
Julie Douglas, 4-2.
Monkey Manette was known as then.
Ball is stolen. Patriots stepping it up a notch. Coolidge gets it back to Thwaites, and she traveled.
We've had a lot of comments on the bootlegging story we did, and we intend to get those same guys back for another round and maybe visit some of the sites that they talked about, and maybe get a few more people who were involved in it. And
traveling called, and the Patriots will get it back. I worked with a fellow when I first entered government service whose father was in the old Customs Patrol, and he has pictures, and he speaks of, as Marlo picks up her second personal foul, he talks about chasing bootleggers and smugglers, but specifically bootleggers on the sideboards of cars with Thompson submachine guns down Route 11. And he speaks of one accident in particular where they went off the road and he went through the windshield, and the man I worked with remembers seeing his father walk through the front door from a midnight shift with his arm in a sling and his head all bandaged up. So that was a pretty exciting time, I would think, up here.
yes, and it was a main employment for the area people at some point, either assisting the bootleggers or actually taking part in it, but a lot of hiding places along the way, and it was kind of a Robin Hood type of attitude, I think.
I think so. It would have to be when you could drive, and they talk about that also, driving to the port of Chateauguay as Bono goes to the line to shoot two. She was fouled by Allison Malesko. They talk about driving to the customs port of Chateauguay, parking a car in a parking lot that used to be there, as Bono hits on her second. Cara Bono now with 5 points, and walking across the border to a bar that was no more than 100 feet inside the Canadian border, stolen by Bayshard, and she's fouled by number 10, Christy Thomas. Angel Ackley, number 5, into the game for the Patriots. And Christy Thomas is out, and she's replaced by Sarah Green. Anyway, just walking 100 feet across the border to do your drinking and then walking back into the United States when the night's over, seems to make the prohibition itself kind of a joke, and you can understand why the people who are born and raised in the area would pick up on Prohibition. And
the Meridian that you probably have heard about, which was above Oak Street in Champlain, actually had a sidewalk all the way from the border to its doorsteps.
Gadway to Bayshard, up, off the rim, rebounded by Bushy. She scores and she's fouled. Fouled by number 5, Angel Ackley.
You see the pictures of the old Meridian, you see that long wooden sidewalk. And it wasn't there because people wanted to go up there and dance.
And Bushy hits. Sarah Bushy now with 12 points. Faye and LaFountain coming in to replace Marlowe and Bono.
Cougars outscoring the Patriots by a 4-1 margin right now. And we still only barely halfway through the second quarter. And the Cougars are still pressing, Mike.
Yes, they are. Bounce pass to Green. Green tied up, but she gets it back. Gets it to Malesko, and Malesko is fouled. Jeanette Fay with her first personal foul. Northeastern scoring a lot of points and also picking up a lot of fouls. Allison Malesko on the line to shoot the 1-on-1. Off the rim and rebounded by Bushy. Bushy with a long pass down for Bayshard. Bayshard drives the baseline, no place to go, gets it to LaFountain. LaFountain turns with a hook shot up and in. Nikki LaFountain now with 6 points. Inbound stolen. Who wants it? LaFountain comes away with it, up and in. Nikki LaFountain now with 8 points. Agnew, almost stolen by Bushy. Hits Thwaite underneath. Rebounded, and LaFountain comes away with it. Out of bounds, and Northeastern will get it back. 36-8 is our score with 2:51 remaining in the second. Northeastern by a bunch. Fay gets it to Bushy. Up and in, Sarah Bushy. Now with 14 points. Stolen by Fay. She goes up and off the front of the rim. LaFountain gets it. And she's fouled by Jennifer Thwaite. That's what
AuSable fans,
AuSable fans are saying.
Taking the press off, asking the Cougars to take the press off, and demanding it. And I don't blame them. I would too.
Well, when your team is down by 30, and it's not even the second quarter is still going on. That's Bushy with the rebound to Fay.
And I guess the complaints have been heard. They should have complained a little earlier, maybe.
And the Cougars still playing a man-to-man, but half-court man-to-man. Stolen by Fay. Fay gets it to LaFountain. Back to Bushy. Bushy. Long cross court for Gadway for 3. Off the rim, rebounded by LaFountain. And she goes straight back up and in. Nikki LaFountain now with 10 points. Knocked by Bayshard. And Ackley just let Bayshard take the ball. And Fay comes away with the foul. 1:41 remaining in the second quarter, 40-8. Northeastern by 32. That's not a mistake. It is 40-8. Now it's 40-9. Sarah Green with her first point of the game.
Or what?
Her first point of the game.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said.
Rebounded by Bushy. Outlet to Gadway, down for Bayshard, all alone underneath. And Sarah Bayshard with her first 2 points of the game, and it's 42-9. It's been a long first half for the Lady Patriots. Faye falls.
Very gracefully, though, I must.
Three-point attempt off the glass and the rim, rebounded by Bushy. Down for Faye. Faye called for the travel. She couldn't make her mind up whether she wanted to shoot or pass, and that in-between hesitation causes the travel. Of course, it's a very easy game from up here, Calvin. Green. Stolen by Gadway. Now a jump ball, and the Patriots will keep it. Jennifer Trombley comes in to replace Jennifer Thwaite. Hackley. Inbounds to Agnew. Pass is intercepted by Bushy. She's fouled from behind by Allison Malesko. Bushy now with 15 points. Rebounded by Bayshard. Who wants it? Bayshard comes away with it, gets it to LaFountain, and she puts it right up and in. 12 points for Nikki LaFountain. And it's a 45-9 lead for Northeastern. 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
5-1 margin.
Green with Faye defending. And she carried the ball. Faye and Gadway teamed up to create a situation that Green couldn't work with, and Green called for the carry. Gadway with a long pass down. Stolen by Bushy. Back to Gadway with 6 seconds remaining. Gadway drives, gets it back to Faye with a long two-pointer, and it's good. Jeanette Faye hits a long two-pointer now with 4 points, and she gives the Cougars a 47-9 lead after 2. And we're starting the third quarter. Northeastern goes with Wirestall, Marlowe, Bushy, Abel, and Sample. And the Patriots counter with, well, Heather Moresco is out there. She's got that heavily taped left ankle. That's Moresco and Davy, Thomas, Douglas, and Coolidge. Moresco, quick like a bunny, drives. Rebounded by Coolidge. Abel can't get it. Moresco does. With the shot off the back of the rim. And Moresco is showing how important she is to this Patriot team. And number 10.
Well, I'm sure with Moresco in there, the Cougar press would be a little less effective.
If they press anymore.
Well, I know I'm not talking about tonight, I'm talking about next time they meet.
Uh-huh. Sample to Wirestall. To Bushy. Bushy, no place to go. Surrounded by 4. Moresco comes away with the ball.
The Cougars need to work on, Mike, is trying to score against this tight 2-3 defense, and they're not going to learn how to do that. Taking fast breaks and whatever else comes with the press, or a quick outlet pass on a rebound.
Sample up for 2. And we've talked about that before, the danger in when you're in the heat of the standings, when you're trying to improve your game as the season goes on, to come up with a game like this against a team that's really struggling with injuries, you tend to form a lot of bad habits. When now is the time that you should be taking the opportunity to learn how to break those defenses. And they use too much time.
Let's say play it.
Bushy gets it to wire stall. To Marlowe. Back to wire stall. Wire stall drives. Sample has it taken away from her by Thomas. Thomas to Coolidge. Coolidge with a nice move and 2 points. Christy Coolidge now with 6 points. Timeout called by the Lady Cougars. 49-11 is our score with 5:38 remaining in the third quarter. And after that timeout, Northeastern wire stall with the ball. To Sample, back to wire stall, and I think that's what that timeout was all about. Andy Landry wants to see some better ball movement. Abel, back to Sample. Sample, bounce pass to Abel. Through the legs of wire stall, but she gets it back. She tried to pass it. I think she tried to pass it, but in any case, the
I was just trying to
back.
heave it toward the basket because the shot clock was elapsing. Well, that's what the Cougars should do. I mentioned that in the NAC game, is bring the clock down to under 10 and work to get that shot off from that point. That's something you can use no matter who you're playing against. You're going to need that shot clock on your side once in a while. And
nice pass underneath for Bushy. Rebounded by Davey.
Davey, of course, was out that entire second quarter. That helped the Cougars to build up their big lead.
Shot by Thomas. That's her first 2 points of the game. I hope that Moresco is going to be used sparingly. I'd hate to see her re-injure that ankle. Wire stall, no place to go. And called for the travel. But so far, Heather seems to be...
yeah, if you didn't know she was injured, you wouldn't tell it from the way she's playing out there.
Exactly. She's got the speed, the burst of speed that she always has. And you can see that just having her in there, although the Patriots, other than her, are working with the same players, you can see how just having her in there has really helped AuSable in their attitude, their movement away from the ball, everything.
Oh, they got a quarterback, a floor general out there.
Bushy comes away with the rebound. That was a nice play set up. And Davey with her fourth personal foul. And that will hurt.
And that was not a good foul either.
Marlowe was not in a very good position to get the shot off even after she got the pass. She gets the roll. Tara Marlowe now with 10 points. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Wirestall. Gets it back to Marlowe. Off the front of the rim, Coolidge comes away with it to Moresco. A long pass down. Thomas drives, loses it. And I think Wirestall. 2-4 to Karen Wirestall with her first personal foul. Moresco with the shot, it's blocked. And stolen back. Davey comes away with it. Back to Thomas. Blocked by Wirestall. Thomas gets it again. Wirestall with the rebound. Has Sample open. Tried to get it to her, but it was broken up by Davey. Out of bounds, and Northeastern will keep it. 3:03 remaining in this third quarter. Northeastern by a lot, 50-13. Wirestall. Sample. Underneath the Bushy, up and in. Sarah Bushy with her first 2 points of the second half gives her 17 for the game. Moresco drives baseline and is called for carrying. Sample brings it back for the Lady Cougars.
As you know, Mike, we've been keeping the rebounding stats this half for the Cougars, and Wirestall has a few already. I wonder how many rebounds number 24 has. Let's ask our statistician. 4. She has 4 rebounds already this quarter.
In the third quarter. Abel taken back by Sample. They're getting a little sloppy down there, and they reset the shot clock, so Northeastern has plenty of time. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Long pass, cross court, over the head of Sample, out of bounds, and the Patriots will get it back. Sample is out, and she's replaced by Jill Gadway.
And 23 has 2, he says. So it's Sarah Bushy.
Sarah Bushy with 2 rebounds in the third. Our statistician, Caleb Castine. Stolen by Gadway, long pass down for Marlowe. Fast break up and in. Tara Marlowe now with 12 points. And it's a 54-13 lead for Northeastern. Thomas for 3. Off the glass, rebounded by Gadway. Pass down for Marlowe. Jill Gadway with her second personal foul. Jennifer Trombley in, and she replaces Julie Douglas for the Lady Patriots. 1:16 remaining in the third quarter. Green. Trombley almost called for over and back. Pass from Bushy to Marlowe, and Marlowe now with 5 points in the second half, 14 for the game. 56-13, Northeastern by 43. Green fouled by Gadway. And that's Jill Gadway's third personal foul. And down to Thomas. Thomas, 4-2 off the rim, rebounded by Coolidge, up and in. Christy Coolidge now with 4 points in the second half, 8 for the game. Gadway, no place to go, out of bounds, and the Cougars will keep it. She dribbled into the corner and surrounded by both Coolidge and Thomas. Gadway gets it from Marlowe, drives and shoots off the back of the rim, rebounded by Bushy. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Trombley, and the Patriots down to 17 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Trombley loses it. Abel comes away with the steal. Ahead to Bushy. Bushy, nice move. rebounded by Thomas, and she goes down hard. And that's the third quarter coming to an end. Northeastern still with the lead, 56-15. And the fourth quarter begins with the Patriots in possession. The Patriots are going to go with Coolidge, Trombley, Green, Ackley, and Davy, who just took that shot. Cougars with Sample, LaFountain, Fay, Bono, and Bayshard. Passed underneath, out of bounds, and the Cougars will keep it. Pass was intended for Sarah Bayshard. Knocked out of bounds by Green. Sample with a quick shot off the front of the rim, rebounded by Coolidge. She has Green all the way down by herself. Nobody saw her. And Trombley brings it back for AuSable. Stolen by Fay. She should have the easy layup off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Trombley. Long pass down for Coolidge. Coolidge called for over and back. AuSable not happy with that call. Bayshard will shoot off the rim, rebounded by Davy. And Trombley again will bring it back. She gives it up to Green. Green going a little too fast. Her hands couldn't catch up with her feet, and she's called for the double dribble. Or the travel, I don't know what he called, but in any case, Northeastern with the ball. Fay to Bayshard, back to Fay. And now Bayshard, no place to go, gets it back to Fay. Fay from the foul line, and it's 2 points. Jeanette Fay now with 6 points, and it's a 58-15 lead for Northeastern. 6:38 remaining in this fourth quarter. Green to Ackley. Davy, nice pass for Trombley, but out of position to take the shot. Rebounded by Bono. Pass down for Bayshard, now to Sample, and she traveled. And Moresco on the bench again. I think that's probably what John Zron was trying to do, just get her a little playing time, get her to warm up that ankle to see if the tape job will hold. He proved his point. She can play, and she'll be ready for the second half of the season, more than likely. Davy traveling. She had the shot, and she waited. Again, she was between the pass and the shot. Couldn't make up her mind, and that caused the travel. And Fay will bring it back for the Lady Cougars. Bayshard open, gets the ball. Bounce pass for LaFountain. It's knocked out of bounds, and the Cougars will keep it. Fay inbounds the Sample, back to Fay. She drives the baseline, and she's called for traveling. Andy Landry saying he wants to see more passes. Cougars fell asleep. Davy with the rebound and 2 points. Susan Davy now with 4. Northeastern fell asleep on defense and allowed Sarah Green to take the ball almost coast to coast. Bono to Sample, Bayshard, back to Sample. Fay for 2, off the back of the rim. Davy with the rebound. Pass for Green, right underneath. Tipped by Fay, and Sample comes away with the rebound. Bounce pass to LaFountain. Hook shot off the glass. Rebounded by Bayshard. Saved by Bayshard, but right in the hands of Ackley. Now Trombley brings it back for the Patriots. Green. Green goes down, but saves it to Davy. Davy with the shot. Susan Davy now with 6 points for the second half. And it's a 58-19 lead for Northeastern. Fay to Sample. Across to Bayshard. She drives, and she's fouled by Coolidge. Christy Coolidge with her first personal foul. Allison Malesko into the game to replace Christy Coolidge. Inbound to Sample through her hands. It'll be an over and back, but she has to touch it.
It was not an over and back.
No.
That's why you've got to touch them. Let the ref make the call.
Must have been touched by an AuSable player. I didn't see it. I thought it went right through Sample's hands.
And she did too, but you got to let the ref make the call. Just go after that ball like it's yours. Sometimes you might fake the ref out. She didn't fake him out there because she was kind of hesitant about picking it up. But don't ever give up on it.
Too soft, and followed up by LaFountain. Blocked by Bono. Davy there for the rebound and the 2 points. Susan Davy now with 6 points in the second half, 8 for the game. 3:28 remaining, and it's a 60-21 lead for Northeastern. Bayshard has it stolen by Angel Ackley. And Davy, in an unfamiliar position, brings the ball back for the Patriots. And fouled by Trish Sample. That's her second. Northeastern to make some changes. Gadway, Wirestall, and Abel into the game to replace Faye, LaFountain, and Bayshard. Trombley off the back of the rim, rebounded by Bono. Bono lost control of the dribble, got it back to Gadway. Abel with the shot, off the rim, rebounded by Bono, right up and in. Tara Bono now with 7 points.
I don't know if Joe Gadway knows it, but she's out there with 4 blondes.
Passed underneath for Davy. Off the rim. Sample and Bono crashed into each other, and Gadway came away with the loose ball. Pass to Abel. She couldn't do anything with it. Got it back to Gadway. Abel. Trying to get the ball to Abel.
4 on the shot clock. Oh no!
The ball finally went in, but it was after the shot clock ran down.
They've been trying all season to let our exchange student get a basket, and that one came 1 second too late.
Davy with the short jumper, and it's good. Susan Davy now with 8 points, 10 for the game. And we'll see, with 1:56 remaining in the fourth quarter, we'll see if Northeastern can set up Sybil Abel for her first 2 varsity points. They get it to her, but she can't do anything. Bono back to Gadway. Gadway for 3. And nothing but net. Jill Gadway. And that's her first points of the game. 65-23, Northeastern by a bunch. 1:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. Davy with a long 2-point attempt off the back of the rim. Wirestall with her speed comes away with the ball. Long pass down for Bono. Bono tried to get it to Sample, but Davy intercept. Bono gets it back. And now Agnew is taken back by Bono, and now Gadway will bring it down. Still looking to try and get it to Sybil Abel. And the Patriots realize that, and Allison Malesko gets it back. Long pass down for Bono. She misses the layup, and rebounded by Wirestall. Again, Malesko intercepts. Davy surrounded by 3 Cougars, and jump ball is called. The Cougars will get it back with 37 seconds remaining. They've got 37 seconds to try and get Sybil Abel, 2 points. Wirestall. Bounce pass to Gadway underneath for Abel, and again, the Patriots know exactly what Northeastern's trying to do, and they steal it. Traveling called, and with 24 seconds remaining.
Well, AuSable's not in the mood to do Northeastern any favors after the way the Cougars pressed through most of the game like that, so they're not going to allow her to score unless she scores by herself.
She's going to have to earn it, which that's what it's all about. Pass to Abel, again stolen. And Davy with 9 seconds, stolen by Gadway. She's trying to tell Abel to get down there, but she can't. And Bono with the final 2 points of the game, apparently.
That's what they should have done, is
1
just
second.
left her down there.
And the game is over. 67-23 is our final. And we'll be back. Well, we won't have to go anywhere, I don't think. Let's see. For individual scores, for AuSable, Christy Thomas finishes with 2. Christy Coolidge with 8 points. Julie Douglas with 2. Susan Davy finishes with 10, the only Patriot in double figures. And Sarah Green finishes with 1. For Northeastern, Jill Gadway finishes with 3 points. Jeanette Fay with 6. Tara Marlowe with 14 points. Cara Bono with 9. Sarah Bushy with 17 points. Sarah Bayshard with 2. Trish Sample with 2. And Nikki LaFountain finishes with 14. And as far as rebounds
in the second half,
Jill Gadway had 1. Cara Bono with 2. Sarah Bushy with 4. Karen Wirestall with 6. Sarah Bayshard with 1 rebound. Trish Sample with 3. And Nikki LaFountain with 1. Northeastern outscored Patriots. Obviously, that kind of lopsided score in every quarter. 17-4 in the first, 30-5 in the second, 9-6 in the third, and 11-8 in the fourth quarter for the final 67-23 victory for Northeastern. But the Patriots, without their star Heather Moresco, she showed up for a short period of time in the third quarter. She's out with an ankle injury suffered against the Saranac Chiefs. And I think John Zaran, knowing the game from the first quarter on was out of reach, just wanted to give her a little bit of playing time to see if her ankle was going to hold up. And apparently it did. And we'll see, I'm sure we'll see Heather in the sectionals. And that's the way it was. This 28th day of January 1995, Northeastern victorious at AuSable, 67-23.